Greetings, this is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, and in here are all the money from the movie films, from 10,000 views on the Kal Kat main channel, the On Location Cat, which has 260 some videos, and 10,000 more views. This is actually candy, but yeah. It looks like gold, but it's candy. To throw at the camera. Because I'm ripping off Nostalgia Critic, throwing candy at the camera. We are at 400 views on the On Location Cats Reviews channel, the movie reviews channel. Or count all the short reviews and fan films and 10 years of outrageous stuff, including our Star Crackers, Transformers Meet Robotech, our Robotech movies, our horror reviews, fantasy reviews, On Location Cats reviews, On Location Starships reviews, Chimera reviews, and things. And we promised you other things that were coming out that we were ahead of the curve. Yeah, channel. Although the other one has a little over a dozen subscribers, it has hundreds of subscriptions. And on this one we have 43 subscribers and hundreds of subscriptions. So, yeah, this is not a very big YouTube channel, but it apparently impacted at least 10,000 people have wandered by it. Enough that when we were at Fanime on this reporting on this channel last year, I encountered people that were dressed like me. It was very interesting. And Doug Walker, who was also there, also commented on that. But they had more of a reason to dress like him because he's famous. I am but small potatoes, child stars, and highly, nepotism. Well, not nepotism, but what's that word? Narcissistic. No, not really that narcissistic. I just love myself. Yeah. So the idea that the reviews channel has 400 videos, and this is technically for yeah, there's candy. I took all the Transformers off the wall and posted them too, but this is the little snippet at the end saying 400 videos, awesome. The channel started as a SAP1 channel. Started out as Weird Girl 775, and that was a reference to a fictional character, Jane Piedmont. It was also a reference to predating the Bullshito Files, way before that. Oh, years, couple years. She was a character in On Location Fictional Adventures. It's very meta. And no, I was not thinking of Thor. Jane Foster was. I had no clue. I had taken the messed up movie What Happened to Baby Jane, and I thought she's a foster child, so she's just Jane Foster. I put those two together. I'm going to change it since the Weird Girl was also a cat picture that I drew to put on there. It wasn't to make me look like it was a girl. It was just a cat picture. It was a joke. At that point, the other SAP children, my nieces and nephews, were children, so we couldn't just put their faces up on there. The channel originally aired as sort of a PSA joke thing. In an interview with me, my regular persona as myself, Adam Brown, and talking about my book. I was hawking my book, which was odd. As I talked about a lady who'd had her pet monkey had ripped her friend's face off. Really gross. There's a lot of strange, and that the studio had been occupied again and stuff like that. We tried to do reality TV with family members. That didn't work. They still are wary of this. Are you going to film us? Like, not if you don't want to be. Too bad, though, because you'd be famous now. More so than me, because you're more talented at this than I am. But oh well. So, Candy Gold. So, this is the 400th episode on the review channel. And, I guess since it's a kind of a review channel kind of thing, should probably, well surpassing the current 9th season of the Kal Kat Show. Kal Kat Show technically ended 2 years ago, but as you can tell when I throw this back in the box, it's clearly not gold, it's clearly chocolate. But it is funny. Throw it at the camera, yay! It doesn't land in the tin like gold, and it's like tin foil plated candy, which it is. Because that's how cheap we are. We have like gold candy. It's part of the Christmas gift in this box. It's Bauschard Belgian chocolates. Yeah, it has to be Belgian, of course. Belgian chocolates. Not German, Belgian chocolates, yeah. So that's probably Ja. It's Belgian. But yes, so yeah, 400. Well, Mark's Cards and I did a thing, Starcrackers reunion-y thing for the other channel in the 9th season there. And then I did a couple other things. Starship Locations isn't a game yet, but it's sort of like reviews. I sort of just rebranded the sci-fi reviews part of the channel as Starship Locations Reviews. You can just say that's Reviews channel. Which made a certain amount of sense to Scott at the church as well, who was like, yeah, just call it Starship Locations. That's the whole thing is Starship Locations. That sounds better. Yeah, so it's like, okay, yeah, that sounds science fiction-y. Starship title. Yeah, and in the movie, the Chimera movie next year will be a Starship Locations movie, but it'll be called Starship Chimera, the Star Trek parody. Yeah, so it's still humming, but it's just Mark's Cards is busy all the time. So hopefully, we'll get around to finishing that this year. Next year. We are 6.5 days away from New Year's Eve. I'm not sure what the New Year's Eve special will really be. On the other channel next to this one, I did the Clara Awards already, because there's hardly anything to talk about. I did not mention Coco. I'll mention it here. On the Reviews channel. It would be the only animated movie nominated, so it was just mentioned, but not that it won the Clara. Or, of course, there's no real award show. Clara Awards is, since 1990 or so, is a made-up, before the internet, is a made-up sort of, like, I give awards to these movies, basically, that I liked. It's like the MTV Music Awards. The MTV Movie Awards. You know, it's like, yeah, sure, Kids' Choice Awards kind of thing. Because it was kind of like that back in the day. I was always doing the Kids' Choice stuff. Yeah, Nickelodeon and all that. Yeah, we weren't Disney, we were Nickelodeon. But, yeah, we still like Disney. We did Disney stuff. Yeah. We liked Disney stuff, I should say. Well, let's clarify that. Yeah, we're fans, yeah. Yeah, we were not on Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel. We just were so in tune with it that it was like we should have been. No, we were not on the no. That would have been awesome. But yeah, it's different from like wanting to be fans of being famous stories and stuff and actually being that. Apparently some of the main cast does not want to be famous or infamous. Whereas I apparently do, at least to an extent. Even Mark's Cards does not want to be infamous. He doesn't want people to know that he's out there. He doesn't have a Facebook. Yeah, and I don't really use mine so much. But yeah, this channel has been just for fun, basically. If it was getting AdSense, it'd be earning about $40 a year. It's just not a lot at all. It wouldn't keep any breadwinning anyway, so yeah. So, yeah, the net neutrality was mentioned at Christmas Eve, or Christmas midday, I should say, and that it didn't hurt my channel. And Martha, she jokes, my sister jokes, oh, you only have 4 friends anyway on your channel. No, actually 40. No. 2 or 3 of which were apparently at the convention and dressed up like me. Yeah. But yeah, she was. Yeah, there was more than 4. Also on my Facebook, there's more than 4. There's like 90 on there. Apparently shouldn't look. Um, but yeah, there is a fan base for Kal Kat, believe it or not, and they could be famous too. But yeah, there clearly is more impact to the Kal Kat than there's actual subscribers. So like and subscribe to my channel, and join me. I don't know. And yeah, the net neutrality thing wouldn't directly affect me unless Comcast decided to put a paywall. That would affect. So yeah, that would mess things up. They haven't done that. So anyway, so yet. Yeah, my other blogs, Google blogs. This is also associated with Quarkus Kitty on Google Blogger, but no one goes there anymore. That's my reviews channel. I was also noted because I had Netflix videos, and so did Mark's Cards. We both had Netflix. That when Rotten Tomatoes bought out Netflix, it bought out all our reviews and posted them. So all of our reviews, our earlier ones, before the Google channel, are on Netflix. So you can go in there and check us out. I believe his was under Otterlove, and mine was under LUV, and mine was under, back then was under First Amb. So you can go there and check that out. And Angel Frosty as well, were the early Flickster like channels. But then I made the ones that made more sense, and then we were on aggregate. Well, in the mid-2000s, we were on the aggregate sites, the Bullshito and stuff, doing other things. Getting infamous. We shouldn't have. Nothing bad though. Just but yeah. So yeah, it's at this point, you figure you've made it as a minor internet celeb person when you go to the conventions, and there are people saying, "Look, I'm Silly Kelly or Clint Cowpoke," and you're like, "Oh really? Funny, yeah." Oh yeah. Oh, that was interesting. I'd say that was an interesting moment. Also, there was a Doug Walker clone. At least at one point, I dressed a little like him and showed up at his during the last speech there. There was also an enthusiastic big guy, big sort of Tim-looking fan guy that wanted to see him and was upset that he didn't get to see him at the beginning of one of the shows, and I said, well, why don't you just go up to him right afterwards, walking up there, and he did. I didn't think he was going to stalker him. And then Doug Walker came up later, and he's all like, "Oh, why'd you like point that guy out? He came up to me and stalked me." That's okay, dude. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I'm just kidding with you. It was all right. He just took my picture with me. He was looking to ambush me or something. But yeah, So I met the Nostalgia Critic, which was cool. Yeah, they ambushed the fan. Fan was gonna ambush him. But yeah, there was a guy that was at the convention that was he was doing a Silly Kelly, the hat and the whole thing, and the flannelettes this season. So he was this season, late last season, this season, Silly Kelly. And he walks up and I says, "Nice Silly Kelly costume." He's all, "Thank you, how'd you know? He's a really obscure fan guy." And I was like, "It's me." Then he's all, "What?" Kal Kat. He's like, my moniker there. And he's like, "Wow, Kal Kat." Well, yeah, subscribe to my channel. Really, it is me. That was weird. I was like, "Oh, cool." And the second one was the con cold. I caught the convention. I don't think I have one now, although it sounded a little scratchy. I'm doing the Transformer thing. I did like a bunch of episodes I'm going to post now. Going up to this 400th episode. And I had the con cold at the con. I got the con plague, as they call it, because that one dude that was there with me, you know, we weren't friends or anything, but sort of. I think he subscribes to the channel now, but the other guy that was there, he was like he was a cowpoke at one point, but but he was yeah, so yeah, I had the con plague, and I was doing the thing, and there was a guy as the cowpoke, and there's another Clint Cowpoke wandering around here too. He was at the convention too. This other guy It's bizarre. There's like clones of me walking around. He's got the hat and everything. So I wear the other hat. I wear the funny, the fuzzy hat. I walk around. It's like, that's not the cowpoke hat. Ah, it's my disguise. Yeah, that's it. But wear the cowpoke hat everywhere. They're gonna know who I am walking down this here trail. Yeah. Yeah, and the other guy at the convention's like, you know what your cowpoke guy should do? He should do that "Go the fuck to sleep" video. That video where the Samuel L. Jackson comes out and he goes, okay, so I can't do that on my regular channel because it's got the F words in it. I don't want to get kicked off. But I said I will put that up on my lesser my reviews channel, the Disney song channel. Like the raunchy Disney song channel is age restricted. I'll put it up there, and I just posted it over there as Clint Cowpoke. Yeah, you can go see that at I didn't write the story. It's a children's book that's supposed to be an adult children's book by Adam Mansfield, I think his name is. He wrote this funny "Go the F to Sleep" thing, inspired by his daughter not wanting to sleep, and they got Samuel L. Jackson, or at least somebody imitating him really good, to come out and do the voice for the narration, because he's like, it's a Tarantino kind of gag where he's like telling the kid to basically get the fuck to sleep. And it's like, so that's the joke, and they'll do it as a Clint Cowpoke, and I've done it. You can find that on Freelance Kitty 14, which was the backup channel formerly of McClacken's site. It was rescued from obscurity after TrekWeb went down, and the offer. Yeah, we almost were given the offer of TrekWeb. TrekWeb was dying. It was one of the websites, and Chimera was one of the people sitting around there, and they refused. Basically, they said, "Who the heck are you? You can't come in here and just take the site." And like, is it worth that little that you can come in and troll and just take it? Yeah, it was at that point. But apparently 2 or 3 of the people were like, no, we don't want you to do that. So I ended up moving that over to, I ended up making my own thing and saying, oh, well, for a while there was a Ghost of TrekWeb thing, and then I ended up on Trek Core, which is another website that's still, you can find Chimera 82405, that's the Chimera one, over there on Trek Core. We moved over. A bunch of the TrekWeb people went over there, like there was like 20 of us over there, some of which are from the convention. At one point, there was one of the moderators from the thing, and the other one of the other senior members of Trek Core now. We're over there. At one time, the moderator guy was at the Lucky, because he's a local. He's San Jose, Milpitas, and he walked in there, and it was definitely him. And this guy is very, very distinct bear-like dude. He was in there walking along, and he'd only seen my channels and stuff because I don't post my picture as Chimera, so he wouldn't have known, but he'd seen the channel. He's all, "Are you the Kal Kat guy that posts as Chimera?" And I'm all, "Yes." And I said, "Are you the guy that posts as Shalavi on Trek Core?" And he's all, "Yes." So, excellent. You are a local, and so am I. That's weird. Uno? Okay. But it could have been Prometheus pretending to be him. I don't know, but no, but yeah, yeah, he was at this Big Wow a while back, or the Time Tunnel convention too. Because these people are around, wandering back and forth behind the scenes. So yeah, I also got into the San Jose Comic-Con. That was interesting too. There was some behind the scenes stuff there. I can go over a little bit of that. Just because we're talking about the 400th episode, I'm just rambling. And I went to San Jose Comic-Con. It was the second one. It was for sophomore launch, second time around. The horror host people were in the back, and John Stanley was either on vacation or had passed. I think he was on vacation. The other guy had passed, and the horror host, Lord Bloodraw, and some of the others were still doing stuff back there, and there was some behind the scenes stuff, and we got to get in a line to see Doug Walker early, which was cool, because of that guy that knew somebody. That was neat. They said, "Why weren't you here last year?" And I was like, "Oh, I couldn't afford it last year." You know, like with all that stuff, and also we had so they were still partly still Big Wow because they had some of the old people there, so we got into some of that other stuff. So it'll be but Doug Walker's Fanime, so you might be confused there. They were at both. They were at the Lord Bloodraw people. Yeah, that wasn't Doug Walker there. I meant to say Lord Bloodraw there. Doug Walker was not at Comic-Con. He was at Fanime. I'm getting my conventions mixed up. Yeah, so Lord Bloodraw had us. We were able to get in line to go see extra stuff, like to do the Baby Driver preview. I saw like they showed like 8 minutes of that movie there, like they did at Disney with the dinosaur. They hyped that up the crazy, that movie. My goodness, I'm like, oh jeez. They also hyped the other thing, little known, something called the Orville. Maybe you've heard of it. Yeah, that was there too. But not so much Discovery, oddly enough. They mentioned a little bit about it, and that Jonathan Frakes was going to direct an episode of a new Star Trek. They mentioned that, but but everybody knew it was Discovery then. And Braga and them were doing Orville. There was also a funny scene, the convention in which there was a guy like hawking like closer seat tickets, probably ripping people off, basically. But I didn't want to, cause a ruckus or nothing, so I was like, he's like, oh, he apparently wanted like extra information, like probably to get like credit card numbers. Probably a bad guy, but I don't know. But he was out there. He's like doing the seats. He said you can't come in unless you have this certain, sit in the certain seats and the thing, and I was all how much does it cost to get the seats? And he's like, oh, a credit card or whatever. And I was like, what about cash? He's all cash? Really? Okay. So like, he said cash. Okay, let me in. Go some good seats. Like, okay. That was interesting. Oh, yeah, he's probably trying to rip people off. I don't know who that guy was, but he wasn't one of the convention. Probably not. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was fun. Also, they had the wristband thing. I've got another letter from them that isn't fake this time. Yeah, we'll go next year to that. So yeah, there wasn't any kitty keys. There was, actually there was a actual authentic kitty key at the other one, the convention. Instead of the kitty key, the martial sportist, there was a kitty key cosplay cat who was dressed like the cat from the game. Yes. No, makes more sense. It was a kitty key official thing. And also there were gunsmith cats there. And apparently, many years ago, I tried to do a gunsmith cat costume. It didn't look very good. And the little boy commented, it was at a Halloween party, and he commented on the costume, and it's not accurate. He was laughing because it looked like the girl one. But actually, after that season that he was referring to with the girl brown faced cat, there was a brown cat who was a male. So brown cat was introduced a year later. So actually, he was ahead of his time. Brown cat. So there was a brown cat, but they waited another season before it came out. So there was like a tan brown cat that was a girl. There's brown cat. She came out later. He came out later. So I was ahead of the curve. And I didn't know it. But just a cat. I wasn't really a gunsmith cat. But yeah. Well, then there's that one guy that one year that was dressed. He had like the emblematic symbol on his arm, and he wasn't the Winter Soldier, but I thought he was. He's on. No, I'm the other guy with the star on his arm from. So there's the other thing. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, but they were ripping off the Winter Soldier. The star on his arm. That's the Winter Soldier. But yeah, that was 2 years ago. Anyway, so, yeah, 400 episodes. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, I'm pretty much done with that, I guess, talking about that. Maybe Mark's Cards will chime in next week on videos. Review channel. Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, I really do more of them. I like doing these channels. And yes, as you can tell by my videos, I'm not easily embarrassed. Everyone else seems to be easily embarrassed for me. In fact, there was a contest of strength. Sarah beat all of us. Sparkle beat all of us with the contest of strength. Yes. Of course, when I was about 30, I was in my prime, and I had a black belt and all that. Actually, I'm in pretty good shape this year. The year before, I wasn't too good a shape. But this year I'm pretty good shape. Yeah, so yeah, I passed all the physical tests. Yes. Just barely squeaked by. But yes, yeah, physical testing is yes, I failed at attempting 10 push-ups, apparently. But everyone else did. Yeah. Sparkle didn't, of course, because she's well, she says she's a bodybuilder, but I would list her as a weight trainer or a well, technically a bodybuilder, I guess, but no. When you think of bodybuilder, you think of a dude with a big, like, super, like, buff out. She's more like a swimmer's build, more like or martial arts build. She's not like built like a weightlifter, like more like a athletic Olympic kind of thing going on. So yeah, not a weightlifter bodybuilder, but an athletic. Like she could swim like 100 miles, just run a million laps and whatever. That kind of yeah. I was pretty good at running back in the day. Yeah, and swimming. Pretty good at that. Well, it was quite rusty though. That coach at that there was a sport camp. Happened to go to the pool afterward. There's a pool with the coach guys or Coach Kane, Coach Bob Kane from Milpitas High. He was he was done with it. He was years ago was the swim teacher dude or one of the instructor dudes when I took swim lessons like years and years and years and years ago. I was a teenager, and he remembered in the lap say that I didn't make the team. He remembered that. He's like, yeah, I remember when you didn't make the team, but you just weren't very coordinated. That's what it was. Well, later on I did martial arts for like 17 years. Well, then you probably were. Probably could have swum a lap. Passed it. Well, and I said, well, not anymore. Out of shape again. But yeah, and the other people at this pool like jumped in and did some stuff, freestyle. That's freestyle. Yeah, that's yeah. So you kind of knew what you were doing a little bit. Freestyles when you do that medley. Yeah, it wasn't big enough pool to do laps or anything. But years ago there was a lap pool to Cabana, the club. Yeah. Wasn't entirely an accurate lap pool really because it had like a really shallow end and then the other end was like kind of deep. So it was sort of pseudo Olympic, not really Olympic class because those things are not shallow. You just go when you're in it. Yeah. Yeah, there's not a shallowy part. That's more like a city pool thing. than an actual thing. Yeah. But yeah, I was a pretty good swimmer. Yeah, swimmer's built. Yeah, so... Anyway, das ist been a while, though. Yeah, das has been a while. Anyway, so I took a bunch of Transformers off the wall, and I did reviews, and now I'm posting. I'm not going to post all this stuff up tonight. Some of them, probably. This is the little tape of the 400th episode. Yeah. So, yes. This is on the reviews channel. I don't know if the other one will get up to 400 next year. It's only 260. The other channel. But we were almost at 300 at one point with the reality show, which was then canceled, and we had to pull all the videos from that. At that point, 25 videos suddenly disappeared, pulling us back around 2014, back to starting over, basically. But Mark's Cards and I came through and did like 30 videos in one night one time just to fill that in again, and then did 30 more, and, and it just got filled in again. So, yeah, so re-uploads and stuff. So yeah, it's a little bit like the channel Awesome People in that they've started to re-upload some of their videos after they did their 400th 2 weeks ago. Roughly 2 weeks ago, they said, "Where did our 400th? Yay!" But they got a studio, a budget, more than 1 or 2 people doing the whole thing. Whereas this, because it is 1 or 2 people, is interesting because it just keeps going. There are channels like that. There's, for instance, LA Beast is like that. There's no other person doing LA Beast stuff. It's LA Beast. When he started out, there were 2 people, but then now he just occasionally other people will cameo with him. And he's moved back to Jersey, so he's not doing over here as much. There was almost plans of a crossover, but it didn't happen. When he was in the San Francisco area, didn't happen. So I don't know who you are. Yeah. But I did suggest to Furious Pete that he go meet up with Steve-O from Jackass. And that LA Beast did the same thing, but LA Beast wasn't called, apparently. And I was one of the people. I wasn't the only one. And Steve-O met up with some of those competitive eaters. Because that would be a really good idea for a Jackass-type movie. So they are currently making a Steve-O-sponsored competitive, like, sports, like, hopefully eating as well, movie adventure thing. Apparently they're climbing a mountain. And Steve-O talks about it on his channel. I don't know Steve-O or anything. I just went there as a fan and said, yeah, it would be cool if you did that, because the competitive eaters and the competitive, like, sports people, they encourage you show kind of cross-pollinates, you know, your old Jackass show kind of pollinates. You should totally get together, do like a Next Generation characters. Mark's Cards also suggested it. And that would be awesome. A competitive eater movie should star, that guy. It should star LA Beast. Should star Pete. Should star Reckless Eating. I don't know if it will, but I think Pete's in it. In any other one. I don't know Furious Pete either, so don't ask. I just seen his channel. Like everyone else. So, yeah. Anyway, Merry Christmas.